Hi, everybody. Welcome to our show this evening. I have Ash Liberty with me tonight, and my name is Stephanie Anson, and we are going to go over a little bit of what Ash has gone through and what has skyrocketed her microcirculation and fixed her blood flow with the conditions that she was dealing with that really took her down. So, Ash, welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Stephanie, thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
So, Ash, I want to ask you, why do you think blood flow and circulation are such a missing piece in our health conversation today?
Well, so Stephanie, people don't realize that 80% of our bodies are microcirculation. We only think about arteries or veins, but it goes so much deeper than that. And when that 80% of our body is clogged and we have toxins, our vessels become inflamed and our vascular system just isn't functioning properly. And that leads to, health problems. And so what we want to do is to open up our microcirculation. And that is what we are doing right now. And it's life-changing.
So from your perspective, then, how does supporting the body different from trying to fight or attack something in the body with that microcirculation support?
So basically what we want to do is be ahead of the curve. We want to go ahead and reduce inflammation. We have so many things in our environment, in our terrain that attack our bodies, whether it's our water, our food, our medication, the air. We are living in toxic soup. So proactively, we really want to go ahead. We are very regenerative creatures, but we cannot out-supplement dirty blood. And so when our blood is dirty, we have got to do something to clean it out and get to the root cause of what's wrong with us. And so I'm always for going ahead and preventatively cleaning out the body so that we can live optimally.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, what signs do you see when someone's body's moving towards balance versus whatever they're dealing with at the moment?
Restorative sleep. I think, less anxiety, less depression, more oxygen to the tissue, you'll feel more alive. A relaxed, calm, balanced nervous system, good gut motility. I think you need to have a digestive system that's working properly, regular bowel movements, just everything. Your entire body needs to be in homeostasis. And, you know when something's wrong with you, Stephanie. So we all know if we're experiencing brain fog or chronic fatigue or nervous system dysregulation, those things are signals to us that something's wrong.
Right. And what do you think caused people? Because what I've noticed out there is that more and more people are starting to wake up to what root cause is and how the body actually functions and what we should be doing for our body and relearning how to take care of it. So what do you think caused that sudden shift in people paying attention and looking towards having more focus on energy, clean circulation, and and really focusing on how clean their blood is?
Because we are progressively getting sicker and sicker as a society. RFK said recently that 71% of Americans have a chronic illness. That's not normal. So that is our red flag that something is wrong. And so I believe coming out through the last 5 years, we've learned that the old way isn't working anymore. And we have to really think about a new paradigm. Like, what can we do differently? And sometimes, Stephanie, that is going back to the basics, which is frequency and plants and sunlight and sound. These are beautiful, natural things that God has given us that for thousands of years, people have been able to recover their bodies and live beautiful, healthy lives. And we're going back to that.
Well, I see a huge shift and, people are paying attention to chemicals, what's in the sky, what's in our food. And every single day we have more and more reports coming out that just show what we're consuming and how bad, our body's getting. And most of that does go back to microcirculation. Just like when they talk about the microplastics, we know that that's a huge focus at the moment because it really doesn't just impact the bloodstream, but it gets into the tissues, it gets in the brain, that we're exhaling it, if we're trying to get it out of our body. So do you think that causes like a constant stress or fear, too much information for people? Do you think it puts them in a state where they just don't know what to do or where to go?
I do. I think there's a lot of voices from a lot of different areas telling us different things to do. You want to attack the heavy metals. You want to attack the parasites. You want to attack the microplastics. You want to go ahead and get the, it's just and the supplement industry exacerbates that, right? So you've got a potion and a peptide and a pill and a green drink it becomes to the point where you just shut down. There's too many voices offering too many things that don't do really much of anything. And they might address one problem, but they don't get to the root cause. And I keep saying root cause, but that is actually what we need to do. We need to go upstream and we need to find out the very source of dysregulation in the body and find out how to fix that. And then it cascades and our recovery will, flow. And so that's what we're trying to do here.
Okay. And so with that, you're using a product called iHercules. What role do you see, in it playing that type of approach with your body? How is that helping your cells and the foundation of what you're trying to get back to as far as root cause?
Well, again, back to the microcirculation. So iHercules addresses it's the microcirculation champion. So it goes into the bloodstream and it bypasses our leaky gut. It is it's a technology, not a supplement.
Well, actually, because you said technology, that might be a trigger word for some people because they're thinking technology today. What are we putting in our body? So when you say technology, this is a plant-based product. What exactly is that technology?
Technology would not be the product itself. The product is completely natural. It is molecular food. It is food from God's garden, 44 of the most potent plants on planet Earth that have been studied since 1973. However, the technical part of it is our science team has learned how to go into the structure of the plant, right? And they take the top molecules out. These are not molecules with any oxalates or allergens. These molecules can do no harm. These are safe for babies. They are safe for pets. If you're 1 to 100, these are safe for you. But it is completely natural. And again, it goes into the blood, not the gut, and starts to root out all the problems in the body and thus getting to the root cause. So you can't out supplement dirty blood. And I believe that dirty blood is our problem. When
you say we get it into the blood, how does one get it into their body?
Okay, so these 44 plants they have studied, our European science team has created a sublingual spray with these top molecules that when put under the tongue, crosses the blood-brain barrier and it starts to root out pathogens. So it actually literally is a sublingual spray that goes directly into the blood. And it starts to pull out heavy metals and parasites, glyphosates, microplastics, mold and mycotoxins, candida, all these things that we are burdened with. And our body is the miracle. So it actually goes in, opens that microcirculation right from head to toe, and our body naturally releases all these toxins that we're exposed to on a daily basis. So it is the most gentle, natural way to recover your health that I've ever seen.
How often is that? Is that every single day when you take it?
Every day. We have developed what they call a protocol, which is 12 sprays a day. So it's going to go under the tongue. This is what it looks like. The formulation is really cool. It is fermented plant-based, but these molecules literally go under the tongue, and faster than an IV, Stephanie, it will cross the blood-brain and it will start going to where your body needs it most. We've had folks that have had certain organs that need assistance. They'll find that it travels to those organs and starts doing what it needs to do right away. For me, it was brain fog. I felt it moving around in my brain, but those molecules will go where your body needs it for your optimal. And when I say bioavailability, right, you hear that all the time. Well, this supplement is bioavailable. This is more than bioavailable. This was created specifically for humanity by God. So it is created for us. Our body is so intelligent. It knows exactly what to do with this, Stephanie. There is no unknown source of origin like supplements. You don't really know where they're sourced from. You're not sure about the fillers in it. None of that is the issue with this. We know where it came from and we know where it's going and we know exactly what it is and how it works with the body. And it's fascinating.
And where did it come from?
That's a great question. These plants are grown in what's called a blue zone in Romania. The blue zones, people live to be over 100 years old. There's very few pesticides, very few chemicals in the environment. They're very pure areas of the world. These happen to be grown in the Carpathian region in Europe. And so they are imported into our laboratory in Texas, in the USA, where our science team extracts the molecules and prepares these beautiful formulations to order. And I want to add that there is a frequency and a molecule in here. That is what makes it quantum. It's a particle and a wave. So when you're getting these beautiful molecules in your body, you're actually getting the frequency of the plant, which is divine. And this actually vibrates at 850 hertz, which is extreme. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very, very high. So you're feeling it. So you're feeling the joy and the love and the happiness that comes with vibrating high.
Now, since it's frequency based, and they do an extraction, right, for the molecules. So does that mean that there's no allergens?
Correct. No allergens. No. You could be terribly allergic to garlic, and you could still take this spray, which has a garlic molecule in it, because that molecule does not have the allergens or any of the things. It is just the top molecules with the highest frequency and the highest vibration and the highest light, the most beneficial for humanity. So it really can do no harm. There are no contraindications at all.
And no garlic breath?
No garlic breath. Thank goodness.
Well, what's amazing is that I know that you personally have an amazing story. I know that you came to this product because you were at a point where you were asking God if you should be continuing on. Can you talk about that a little bit and share with everybody what you've been through?
I can. So it's been a journey. I started out with a medical condition after a lengthy surgery called POTS. It has to do with a dysregulated immune system. And my body was unable to balance my blood pressure and my pulse. So walking across the room, my blood pressure would spike to 170, 180. My pulse would be 150. Sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night, pulse was at 170, uncontrollable. And I would literally drive myself to the hospital thinking I'm going to die on the way. It was really, really bad. And it progressively got worse, Stephanie. I started having essential tremors, and my eyeballs were actually tremoring. I was unable to regulate my core temperature. So it just got worse. And I realized that my body was shutting off and shutting down. And I realized that I didn't want to be here anymore. And I talked to God about that, had a long conversation with God in tears in my bathtub. And I asked him that if this was going to be how it was for the rest of my life, I'd rather go to where he was and be with my parents. And or, not that I'm anyone special, but that if he would choose to heal me, that I would tell the world. So I didn't expect to be heard in the bathtub that day, but I was apparently. I did hear about this molecular plant spray shortly after that, and I didn't think much of it. I had tried everything. I'd seen the best specialist in the States for the condition I had. However, I decided to order this because I felt the time was supernatural, and it started to work. And I thought, I can't believe it. And eventually with time, I didn't need the heart medicine anymore. I didn't need the blood pressure medicine anymore. I was walking around. I wasn't in the ER every other day. I was articulating my words. I was driving. I wouldn't forget why I walked in a room. And I said, you know what? God answered my prayer. And now it's my turn to keep my end of the promise. So yes, thank you for sharing that. So that's me. When I first started the spray, that was February of 2025, the top picture. And that was July of 2025. So
wow, amazing difference. You can totally tell. You can see how you're drained, even with your makeup on in the top picture, your skin was drained. You can see in your eyes, lots of inflammation. You look stressed. I mean, that is a night and day difference for you.
I was forcing that smile. I was
I can see that.
Yeah.
How many people have you helped so far so when did you start this product?
I started it February 3rd of 2025. And right now I have a team of 12,000 people using the spray. And the recovery, Stephanie, we're seeing across the board from every imaginable diagnosis is blowing my mind. And we have dubbed this our rescue mission. And the owner of the company agrees. And he said, we are here to rescue the perishing. And that is indeed what this is doing. And I'm so grateful to be part of something so joyful in this world right now. This is something we can do to make a difference in one life at a time.
Has there been anything additional that's been supporting you with the spray that the company offers?
Oh, absolutely. We actually have three products total. We have two additional products that are not, I don't have one with me, but I've been using it on my face and my body. And I know you have a testimony to it as well. We have this phenomenal cream that is plant-based, food grade, and it is made of plants. And it removes wrinkles, age spots, moles, bug bites, issues with the skin that you normally see a physician for. It is just phenomenal what it does. You can even eat it on a cracker and it helps with indigestion and GERD and things like that. So we have that. And for symptom management along your journey, we have these phenomenal frequency patches, the eye power.
I have them all over. I'm not going to pull it all the way down, but I do wear them.
I have them on too. Yep. They're called the Eye Power Up eye patches. And they are frequency based patches. There's nothing transdermal. We have 19 different ones that you can choose from weight loss to mental clarity, to stress and anxiety, women's hormones, men's hormones, digestion, thyroid. I mean, I could go on and on. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. They're very effective. We have a sleep patch, a pain patch, which is our most popular patch, an empowerment patch for those who just need a boost with their life. They're phenomenal. Stephanie,
and they're just frequency. Yeah, and they're just frequency, right? So there's no chemicals in them. There's no medication in them. They're pure frequency that resonates with the body.
Pure frequency. Gentle. And the good thing is your body's not going to take in frequency it doesn't need. So you can't, I use them for my pets. I put them on their collar, and I've got testimonies for my pets that is just shocking me, but the whole product line is just fantastic.
And the spray is good for the pets too. We've seen some wonderful recovery with pets, on the spray. Yep. And so tell me a little bit about how we're going global.
Oh, this rescue mission is going global. Again, I've only been with this company for a year, but what I've seen is such a phenomenal demand for a natural way to recover our bodies. And the whole world needs this. Everything with blood on this planet needs this. So we are going to be going forward to other countries, and Canada and Australia and Europe and South America. We are so excited about our global expansion. So getting involved with this company, there is a business behind it for anyone who ever interested in that. I certainly didn't come in here looking for a business. I found the business, it found me, and it was one of the best things I've ever done with my life. So I extend that opportunity to the folks listening to your podcast. Use the products, see what they do for you, and then you can share it with the world. So this is our leader. She's the matriarch of the company. She's been on the products longer than anyone. She is this year 77 years old, and she looks phenomenal. That's her natural hair color. So let's let her speak for herself.
Hi, I'm Kara Posick. I have been using iHercules for 3 years. I have a whole new body. Honest to God. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I've been in natural healing and energy medicine more than 50 years. My vascular system, I had a sonogram 2 weeks ago, and my lymph nodes are open and clean. My blood vessels are big and open and beautiful. I have absolutely no plaque in my veins, and I'm 75. And I used to be in a wheelchair, and I can walk with no pain. My blood work is perfect. My hair is natural color. I've lost 50 pounds. I just keep getting younger. And that's what this does. What they say, in 3 years, you have a whole new body. It's true. This is the best thing you can do for yourself. And it takes the place of all the other stuff I've been doing all these years. This is good. This is the best thing you can do for yourself.
Love that.
How long has she been on the product?
She has now been on the product 6 years. So that video is a little bit older, but she's literally reverse aging. I mean, Stephanie, she looks better now than she did then. She looks just as young to me. Mm-hmm. And she's still on the product. She's doing great.
What would you say if somebody was interested? How would they get started with, any of these products? And why? What would you choose first if you were on a limited budget? And how would you go about that?
Okay, so we have bundles, and we carefully have curated these bundles for folks that are on a budget. We have a bundle that's $359, and it's 4 bottles of spray and 3 travel sizes of the cream I was telling you about. And that is where I started. That is where a lot of people started that might not, want to jump all the way in. They just want to get their feet wet a little bit. I immediately realized how good it was, and I started ordering the big packages. We also have a 9-bottle package, which is $698, and that is 9 full bottles of this amazing formulation. And every bottle lasts 10 days during the blood. We call it the 4-month blood upgrade. It's 120 days. We want every red blood cell lives 4 months, to be exposed to this formulation. So, what I'm seeing is most people are getting the 9 bottles, and they're like, just, the testimonies are enough for me. I want I want my body to recover. Go ahead and sign me up. And they get 9 bottles, and that will take you through 3 months of recovering your body. And I would recommend, if you want to, also getting a cream, trying some of the patches, and it is just phenomenal. It's become my lifestyle, and I think it is yours too.
I actually never left the 4-month protocol. I've stayed on it. And I'll go over in another podcast about what I have gone through and why I got on this product. When we talk about people have amazing changes, their life shifts. And it's just not shifting. It goes from being in a position to where you don't know if you're going to be able to step forward with your day again, like you used to be, versus being able to actually have a fully functioning livelihood. And that's where we're normally meeting people. People have lost hope. And, hope is an interesting word because, it has to deal with our product as well for keeping, open pipes. And if people want to hear real stories from real people, when we host our webinars, and we can provide that information down below. So both Ash and myself will have our information in the comments section. This is safe for all ages, from infants all the way up to the elderly. And we have had amazing stories with people that have been in positions to where their bodies are fully not functioning any longer. And so there has been some amazing recoveries, and it's really good to hear that for yourself and not just hear it from us. We have our own stories, but when you start to see other people or hear from other people, especially with some of the own same issues that you're dealing with yourself, you want to know what that is. What are they going through? How does it feel? How long does it take? Is it going to be right for you? Is it the same thing? And Ash talked about root cause. And when you're talking about root cause, you're getting in at the cellular level, guys. We are talking about cellular regeneration. Cells create the tissues. Yeah. You have to have the cells before you have the organs. You have to have the cells before you have the blood. You have to have the cells before you have the bones and the bone marrow. The cells are the end all be all. If those are not functioning properly because they're not getting the proper nutrition, and we've got superior micronutrition that's in this spray, and it's not getting the proper oxygen, those are the 2 foundational, fundamental core components of a cell to thrive. The mitochondria has to have both nutrition and oxygen. And once that happens, then you start seeing a shift in the body, and you start seeing the body start to self-heal. And that's because the root cause is addressed. You're empowering those cells to take over and do what they were designed to do. And the only way to get there and to do that is to open up that microcirculation system, get your system back in line, provide it with ultimate nutrition, and superior nutrition and oxygen, and let it do what it needs to do. And that's where we see those changes. And not everyone's going to have a shift overnight. I myself, within 3 days, immediately started seeing differences. My father, same thing. He had phenomenal recovery. I'll talk about that at another time. And of course, with those things taking place, some people, they need a lot longer. And then people, they go, well, what if I'm healthy and I don't have any symptoms? Ash, what do you say to them when they tell you that?
You really don't know until you're 70% into any condition that you might even have that condition, because symptoms don't start. The owner of our company says symptoms don't start until someone's 70% progressed into any type of thing. So if you have high blood pressure, for instance, you don't feel that really. There's things that only can be seen in blood work. And, basically what this does, it foundationally supports the body. So you don't have to be sick to take this. You can take this to stay healthy and preventatively keep the oxygen, like you said, and nutrition flowing through your cells so that you don't grow old and your body doesn't bite and degrade down. We want to stay young. And this actually increases our own body's ability to create our own stem cells by 300%. And that is phenomenal because I'm in my 50s and my body would naturally not be making any stem cells anymore, but I'm getting these stem cells, which is what we saw Care, the lady we just watched the video, her hair is naturally brown still. She is repairing, her body's repairing. She's out of a wheelchair. So you don't have to be unhealthy to use this. Every human being needs this. We are not going to get this type of nutrition in our food. Doesn't matter where we get our food or what we have. This is perfect nutrition, and that cannot be found anywhere else.
Right. And so that microcirculation opens up, and it's getting new baby stem cells that your own body, and we want to make sure we're very clear about this because we're not making any medical claims whatsoever. This is allowing your body to do what it needs. It's just moving the stuff. It's clearing the pathways. It's opening that up. It's getting that nutrition and that oxygen to those cells. And like you said, the cellular turnover is every 4 months with the blood. And so when it turns over at that 4 month or that 120-day mark, it's a new blood cell, right? With the baby stem cells that are actually helping the body do what it needs to do with recovery. How long, Ash, would you say that it takes for regeneration for different things in your body between, we know the blood is 4 months, the skin is a 4 month turnover, especially with the eye Revive cream. Beyond that, what about the other areas of your body, such as organs and bones?
So the next in line would be the connective tissue. So we see a lot of people after the 4 months continue on with the loading dose, and they've seen their cartilage and their tendons start to regenerate. The body is the miracle. We are regenerative creatures. And then we're seeing after the connective tissue starts to regenerate, we're seeing organ regeneration. We're seeing one fellow that was on a transplant list for his liver, and his liver regenerated, and he came off the transplant list, and that was 3 years on the spray. And so then once we see organ regeneration, then we're moving to bone remineralization, which is the last phase of our recovery. And that is where Care is. She is at the phase where her bones are remineralizing.
And that's purely because she's not blocked anymore. And then the nutrition is getting to those cells. And because of that, the mitochondria is engaging and doing as it needs, right? With that nutrition and oxygen. So it's the body itself that's doing what it needs to do. That we lost that ability when we started clogging up with the microplastics and the glyphosate and the zombie cells. You want to talk a little bit about that, Ashley? That's one we have not mentioned, which is foundational because we all have them. We all have them, and they continue to grow or accumulate as we age.
Yeah. So we do have these things called zombie cells, which are just pathogenic cells, which may be made up of plastics and toxins and things. They just do nothing but take up real estate in our blood and in our tissue. And they don't go away unless you remove them. So they don't go anywhere, and they're senescent cells. So they age the body tremendously. And it literally, you can watch someone age by the number of zombie cells in their body. And this actually removes these cells, which is amazing, or allows the body to release their own. So it's incredible to watch people reverse age by getting rid of their zombie cells.
Mayo Clinic actually had done a lot of studies on zombie cells, and they talk about needing a product out there that helps eliminate those out of the body because it really does, or it really will have an impact on age-related diseases, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Ash, do you have anything else that you want to add that you think is really important for people to know?
I just want to say, if you really want to change your life and you're tired of every ad for every supplement that really doesn't feel like it's ever really doing anything, give this a shot, because this is completely different. We have 19 patents pending on our extraction technology. There's nothing else like this on the planet, nor will there ever be. This is the only thing of its kind. So if you're tired of trying everything else, go to the Bible, Revelation 22:2, and read that verse, which says the green leaves of the plants are for the healing of the nations. And that's the living, breathing word of God. And this is the living, breathing word of God in use, in walking this out right now. So with that, that's it. I just say, go get started, get your spray.
Yeah. And so if people have questions or they wanted to get in touch with us, just put in the comments below and we'll reach back out to you. You can ask, any questions that you want. And this is absolutely a product that we should really be speaking to people about for you to have a true understanding and talk to you with what it is that you're going through. And we'd love to have you in our groups. You can listen to real people or come on to one of our webinars where we teach a little bit more about the science and the product itself. And then you get to see those live testimonials from people. And we're very engaging and we love have everybody there because we know that once you find that pathway to start feeling better, things in your life change and you can actually have your life back once again.
Yep.
So I wanted to thank you for joining me tonight, Ash. Really appreciate it. Love you.
I'm
very excited to see that you are doing so much better. And we look forward to those of you out there around the world to contacting us and letting us help you get better.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.